All right, so thank you for now. Right, here on the local front, as mentioned earlier this week, authorities have shared a few changes to social restrictions on this Friday. SHIN YE-EUN is here with details on that. Yeun, welcome back.
Thanks for having me, Sunny.
Right, let's begin with the shift then.
Right, so the Prime Minister announced in a briefing on Friday that a change in our distancing measures that will take effect starting this weekend. Contrary to recent speculation, social gathering caps will stay at a maximum of 6 people. The only change is that businesses will be allowed to stay open until 10 p.m., a 1-hour extension from the current 9 p.m. rule.
We've decided to maintain the current framework of social distancing, but slightly adjust some measures in consideration of people's livelihood and our medical capacity.
And this is because we recently saw a big jump in the number of cases. As Hoa mentioned, Korea reported yet another record high daily figure on this Friday at nearly 110,000. The country's updated social distancing guidelines will last for 3 weeks starting tomorrow. And before Friday's decision, Korea's special COVID-19 transition committee had gathered to discuss whether easing restrictions would be a step in the right direction. While economists and business owners said social distancing measures should be eased immediately, officials working on the medical front said now is not the time. Those who are opposed to easing said if restrictions were to be lifted, our case counts may skyrocket, creating a situation that the government isn't prepared for. And this is actually the prevailing opinion right now among many health experts.
We'd be risking too much if we ease measures right now. Measures need to be eased after we confirm the surge has come down and we're certain that our medical capacity can handle the situation.
Right, and staying with that cautious stance, I understand the Prime Minister has also maintained the government's support for vaccine passes, Yeun.
That's right. He didn't sway too far from an earlier comment made by senior health officials Hon Young-rae, who said vaccine passes remain essential in our containment strategy. Prime Minister Kim Boo-kyum said they will continue to be used at most facilities for now, but the possibility of scrapping vaccine pass requirements is still on the table for Korean health authorities. Also, as Hon Young-rae had hinted earlier this week, starting tomorrow, which is a Saturday here, QR codes will only be used for vaccine verification instead of visitor record keeping. This is part of the government's move to discontinue active contact tracing, and the government has also put on hold the extension of vaccine passes to children aged 12 to 18, which was originally scheduled for March. But following Friday's announcement, vaccine passes for teens will be further pushed back to April 1st. Now, this comes as health authorities are still waiting on a final ruling from the Seoul Administrative Court regarding their appeal against an injunction which was granted to suspend the government's vaccine pass mandates on teenagers.
Right, Yeun, and what looks to be the fate of our social restrictions, perhaps post-COVID, post-Omicron, that would be?
Right. The Prime Minister said social distancing measures would be eased once the surge is contained. In order for that to happen, we would have to see the peak of the Omicron wave first.
According to experts, we may see Omicron peak by the end of February or mid-March. After that, we'll see Omicron cases go down and then be able to ease social distancing measures like other countries have so that people can return to normal life.
In order for this to work, the Prime Minister called on the public to get their booster shots if they haven't done so yet. The Prime Minister noted how Omicron hasn't triggered a drastic increase in the number of deaths and critically ill patients in Korea, with more than half its population having received their boosters. Also, from next Monday, those over 18 who haven't been fully vaccinated can book their Novavax shots, which will be the first administered on March 7th. And these vaccines will also be used as boosters and mix and match shots.
All right, Yeun, thank you for now, but do stay behind for broader talks.